My father hasn't left the basement in 2 months. I now know the horrifying reason why. After my mom suddenly died of a heart attack a year ago, my dad hasn't shown his face to anyone. He locked himself in his basement and hasn't came back up for anything. Not for the funeral, not for groceries, and not even when the forensic doctors came to take her body away. He just stood there on the stairs, watching. He didn't even cry. All he did was turn around and shut the basement door behind. At first I thought he was grieving. Then he started leaving sticky notes on the fridge. Do not come downstairs. Leave meals on the top step. Don't ever knock. I listened for weeks hoping to see him recover. I would leave soup and bread by the door, clean the whole house by myself, and even paid the bills with passwords I found taped to the desk. I was alone, but I wasn't scared. That was until the humming started. The sound would always start at 2 a.m. It sounded like a sewing machine, but sharper. Then the lights started flickering randomly throughout the day. And not long after, I started to hear some music. Specifically, it was jazz. It was the exact same song my mom played every Sunday morning whenever she cooked breakfast. But last night when I was trying to get some sleep, I started to hear her laughing. I couldn't get any sleep, so I just sat outside the basement door, listening to my dead mother laugh. The next day, I left the house and called 911 and told them I hadn't seen my father in months. They came in, knocked, and after 30 seconds, they just left. He says he's fine. I was so confused on what just happened. So that night, I sat in bed with my door locked, watching the basement light glow through the crack beneath. So I started filming with my phone through the vents to find out what was going on. Every night, I'd record hours of footage, hoping to catch something. And then one day I did. I found a woman just standing and spinning in place like she was dancing. She had the same posture, dress, and even the same rhythm as my mom, but she never blinked or stopped spinning. And my father would just sit in a chair, nodding along to the music, smiling like it was the happiest day of his life. I thought I would never find out what was going on inside the room until yesterday. For the first time in 381 days, my dad left the house to go meet a friend. I checked to make sure he actually left, and then wasted no time to run into the basement room. It was unlocked, but I wish it wasn't. When I got into the basement, all the stairs were super sticky. The smell was heavy and wet, almost like someone melted copper in old meat. And on the far side of the basement, I saw a mannequin just sitting at the dinner table. It was wearing my mom's clothes, her wedding ring, and even her necklace. And then I saw her head. The hair on her looked identical to my mom's, so I went in, felt it, and realized it was her actual hair stitched in, clumped together with dried blood. It was real. Stitched in, and clumped together with dried blood. Then I took a look at her lip and assumed they were fake. But then with the corner of my eye, I saw a jar of dentures on the floor, next to a whiteboard on the wall covered in Polaroid. The pictures were my dad holding different things, from saws to skin, and even to the hair that I saw on the mannequin. Then I found this one photo of me just sleeping. Next to it was a list of people and body parts. Subjects collected: Anna Spine, Debbie Jaw, Rachel Eyes, Sarah Pending. I backed, trying to get out of the basement, and heard a voice whisper behind me. A voice whispered from behind, "You're early." I turned around to find my dad just standing there, with blood on his shirt and his hand behind his back. "She's almost done." He stepped forward. "I need your heart." To bring her back, I ran up the stairs like my life depended on it. He just followed me, screaming my name, and as I reached the top step, the lights cut out. Everything went black. Then I heard the same laugh that my mom always had. I ran out the house and never went back.